What's going on, guys? How you all doing? Hope all is well. Check, check, check. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Let me just double check to see if I can hear myself on my cast. Let me go on to YouTube. Let's see if I can hear myself. This is the best way I could do it as of right now. There we go. Okay, so we got 3. All right, there we go. All right, I hear myself. What's going on, guys? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ, where we cover all 76ers basketball games. And we do it live, obviously. And we do play-by-play calls. I just did my first Phillies cast yesterday, and that was a lot of fun. I had a really good call, and I'm happy to get back into baseball season. But that doesn't deny the fact that we're still in basketball season. You know, now's the time that was obviously the time where we gotta talk about this team, and we still have games left even before the playoffs begin. So, still have about a week. How many days? Like 9 days until the playoffs start, something like that. Yeah, 9 days until the last day of the regular season. That is really insane. But yeah, so don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. You know, I give you this content for free, and have been working really, really hard for over the last 4 months or so just to provide you guys content. And yeah, I think that was the end of that sentence. So the Sixers will be facing the Toronto Raptors tonight. Look, the Raptors are 38-38. Okay, so honestly, the Sixers they have to take care of business tonight. All they really have to do is just dominate throughout the first 3 quarters, and hopefully this is the type of game where we see Joel rest in the fourth quarter and not have to come out there, and James Harden as well. So I would like to see them try to go to guys like Furkan Korkmaz or these guys that don't get a lot of minutes. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's how I feel about that. Can you help me with something? What would I possibly be able to help you with? What would I be? I need Joel and B. You got me on that one. You got me on that, man. I think that Joel's going to get 28 throughout the first 3 quarters. And he'll probably... The way that I see this game playing out, okay, is... And I could be totally wrong about this, but with the way that I see things going, okay, I expect Embiid to get 30 right before the fourth quarter. Okay, I don't know who's stopping him. Like, Pascal Siakam can only do so much. Okay, Scotty Barnes can only do so much. It's just, you can put so many bodies on him, and I don't think that Toronto has the size to match up with Joel, you know? So, and plus now, and you have to think about this too, like in years past, the Sixers never had a ball handler that could shoot the basketball and could even make the passes that James Harden's having, you know? So I also think that makes him even more effective. You have $20 on that guy with my friend's man. Oh, man. Well, I mean, I think you're going to get it, my guy. But, I mean, like, no guarantees as long as he's healthy and, you know, whatever. But he should get it if he stays healthy. Yeah, look, the Raptors are no team to sneeze at. I mean, they're just... The injury bug has really hit them a lot this season. But they do have a really good lineup. Like, they have some really good players. And Fred VanVleet is somebody that has just had an awesome career. OG Anunoby has been somebody that's been stepping up for a little bit of time. He's been a little bit inconsistent at times, but there have been times like where he's been hitting some clutch shots and he can take over a game like in the fourth quarter and down the stretch. So I'm not telling you that this is going to be an easy out by any means, but what I am telling you is that I just think that because the Sixers are at home, you know, they're really trying to fight for a 2 seed at least. I think that they have the upper hand because they're going to be really hungry. Oh, you're going to stay here? All right, cool, man. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. hopefully I'm really descriptive with the play-by-play. If you find that I could be like a little bit more descriptive, or if I should like be doing something different, always feel free to critique me down below in the comments section, or even in if you're watching me on Facebook. So feel free to do that in the profile review as well. All right, man. We have about a couple of minutes until we get started here. Couple more minutes. I don't know. The one thing. Oh, this is what I wanted. So the Sixers this season against the Raptors. Okay, so they won their first game. In case you guys are curious. Okay, so they won the first game 104-101. That game went into overtime. And then, so they played them 3 times. Another game that they played them, they lost 119-109. Embiid still had 31 in that game, and Maxey had 31, but it was just Gary Trent Jr. That was the Gary Trent Jr. show. He was 5 for 10 from 3. Siakam was 4 for 8. And the Sixers then would win their final time. All right, so we got the starting lineups out. So it's Siakam, Anunoby, Patel, Barnes, and Van Vliet. And for the Sixers, it's their regular starting 5, Harden, Maxey, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and P.J. Tucker. Alrighty. So the Sixers just have to play really good defense and just try to do everything that they possibly can to just limit and not get so many turnovers. No, I got you, man. No, I seriously appreciate you coming on here. So it means a lot. All right, so Patel and Embiid will be tipping things off, and Patel wins the tip-off, and it goes all the way to Fred VanVleet. So the Raptors are going from right to left. The Sixers are going from, the Raptors are going from left to right, and the Sixers are going from right to left. Why do I always struggle with this? So the Sixers are in their red and white uniforms, white letters, white numbers, and the Raptors are in their black and red uniforms, red numbers, white letters. There's DeAnthony Melton as he starts things off with an easy layup on an assist by P.J. Tucker. So the Raptors, they could not get a bucket on the very first possession, and DeAnthony Melton did so. Patel on the other end with a baseline floater. It's good. So it's tied up at 2 apiece. The Sixers are 2-1 this season versus the Toronto Raptors, and this is their final game of the season against them, in the regular season, I should say. Harden with a pick and roll, nice play to Embiid. Embiid's foul line jumper, it goes in and out. Siakam's there for the rebound. Siakam trying to go coast to coast. He spins and tries to fade over P.J. Tucker, and Tucker is there to grab his miss. Maxey on the other end will hand it off to Harden. Harden with a nice pass to Tucker. Tucker faked the shot, now gives it back to Harden, who's standing over at the Sixers logo. Melton, a bounce pass to Tucker for a corner 3. Yes! And P.J. Tucker gives the Sixers a 5-2 lead. A nice play and a good pass by DeAnthony Melton, and just great basketball by the Sixers. Anunoby on the other end, taking on DeAnthony Melton, kicks it out to for a wide-open 3 that is taken and missed by Van Vliet. Van Vliet will get another shot at it as Siakam got the rebound, and Van Vliet's second 3 is no good either. Harden to Melton on the near wing. Melton with one more to Tucker for a near corner 3 again. Yes! Back-to-back near corner 3-pointers by P.J. Tucker. 8-2, Sixers up by 6. I mean, hey, if P.J. Tucker's having the hot hand, you got to just continue to give it to him. Siakam with a step back over James Harden, and that's good. He gets it to go. Pascal Siakam this season has been nothing less than sensational, leading the team in points per game with 24 points per game on the season. But Joel Embiid has a response as their leader, the Sixers, in points per game, and actually the league leader. Oh my gosh. He's able to get it. Patel on the other end gets fouled by Joel Embiid. And he will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Let me update this. I always forget. Always forget to do that. There we go. Great. All right, so now that that's updated. All right, so Patel will head on over to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Jakob Patel makes the first foul shot. He's averaging about 12.5 points per game this season. Came back to Toronto. He was originally with Toronto, then got traded in the Kawhi Leonard deal, and now is playing with the Toronto Raptors again. He was traded to San Antonio. He misses the second foul shot. Harden comes up with a rebound. Harden at the logo, giving it up to Embiid. Embiid to Tucker. Tucker back to Embiid on the foul line extended. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid trying to go in for a jam, and Patel gets called for the foul. Jakob Patel initiating the contact. Joel Embiid initiating the contact, and Jakob Patel reached in and committed a shooting foul. Scratch that. That was on OG Anunoby. Anunoby got him by the right hand and was just right behind him, so it was not Jakob Patel. Embiid will go to the line for 2 free throws, and he makes the first one, and he was grabbing that right shoulder. I remember he, it was in the last game where he was, underneath the rim, and he hit that right shoulder, and, he shakes it off, and he seems to be okay now. The second foul shot is up, and that's good by Joel Embiid, but just keep an eye out on that. Embiid shooting 86% from the foul line, and he gives the Sixers a 12-5 lead. 8:50 left to go here in the first quarter. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all doing well and that you're all having yourselves a great day. Patel taking on Joel Embiid. Patel's runner is up, and that's good. He took it from about 2 feet inside the lane. And James Harden on the other end trying to help the Sixers extend their lead. He'll give it up to Tyrese Maxey, who's being guarded by Fred VanVleet. Maxey in the lane, a floater is up, and it hit the front of the rim and got the friendly bounce. And the Sixers have doubled their lead. They're up 14-7. Siakam with a nice pass inside to Barnes, and Barnes couldn't even make a bunny. He tried to go down with a two-handed jam, and he missed it. Harden on the other end, taking it to the rim. The runner is up, and that's good. And it's 16-7. Raptors have the ball. 7:58 left to go in the first quarter, and a timeout is called by Nick Nurse and the Toronto Raptors. The Sixers trying to win the season series against the Raptors as they're 2-1 on the season. So far, so good. Oh boy, my nose is itchy. Let me blow it for a sec. I'm going to see you on YouTube. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. That means a lot, dude. Yeah, if you go into my profile, and you go into the description, it should be in there. If you don't see it, let me know. Come back on Facebook Live, but it should be in there. So, but yeah, for those of you that are just joining me, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I think you know what. We're gonna go with the hat on forward tonight. I don't know why. I'm feeling that. So, but yeah, this is Play by Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Angel, I guess you subscribed, right? Is that you? I appreciate it. It means a lot, man. You're the 131st subscriber. We've been doing this for 4 months, and so this has been a lot of fun. I've been broadcasting games for about maybe, I don't know, I've been really doing it for about 3 years or so, from the time I was in college till now. So but I graduated from Rowan last year for sports broadcasting and used to call Delaware Bluecoats games and Wilmington Blue Rocks games. The Wilmington Blue Rocks are the high A affiliate of the Washington Nationals, and the Bluecoats are the NBA G League affiliate of the Philadelphia 76ers. So, I've been, I was calling games for them, and I always tell people, I graduated from Rowan, and then after that, I was really lucky that I got an internship at NFL Films, and I worked really hard, but I was still really lucky to get in. And then ever since then, I've been I was working at Films. I interned until the end of the football season, and I've been really trying to just pursue broadcasting. And I figured that this is like the best opportunity, and this is the best way to do it. Call teams that I love, share it with you guys, especially for those of you that can't afford like tuning into like regional networks and stuff like that, and also for those of you that are interested in sports gambling, and if you have bets on the Sixers games or Phillies games or whatever, if you just like broadcasting, or if you just like listening to other people call games. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right, 16-7. The Sixers are up by 9. And Scotty Barnes made up for his missed layup, and he ends up getting a wide open basket on the dunk. 16-9 now is the score. Sixers have the basketball. They've scored 8 of their points in the paint. And now there's just 7.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Harden does lose the basketball, and Anunoby gets the steal on the other end. Siakam taking it to the lane, and he parts the Red Sea and goes down with a two-handed jam. So a 4-0 run by Toronto since they've called the timeout. 7:10 left to go in the first quarter. Maxey at the logo. A lob pass inside to Embiid. Embiid draws the double team, kicks it all the way back out to Harden. Harden to Melton, who was on the near wing, and takes it in the lane with a Euro step and gets it to go. 18-11. He finished it with the right hand on the left side of the baseline. Anunoby now taking on Melton. Melton can't necessarily defend that, as Anunoby has his way. He went up with the right hand and finished with the runner on the right side of the baseline. Harden taking on Jakob Patel now. He's on the near corner. We're about halfway done here in this first quarter. He takes it to the lane, and great defense by OG Anunoby. Ball comes into the lane again, and guess who has his way? OG Anunoby. So a 6-0 run by Toronto. 6:14 left to go here in quarter number 1. Embiid on the far wing. His defender, Jakob Patel. He still is with the basketball. Now he goes on the low block, and he has his way as he goes up with the right hand and spins and makes the layup. 20-15. Siakam working very quickly here. Melton tried to snipe it away. Siakam's step-back jumper is too strong, and Tucker is there for the rebound. Harden to Maxey on the far wing. Sixers have been playing good defense so far in this game. Harden tried to find Anthony Melton, who was cut into the basket, and it deflected off of Melton's hands, and he turns it over. Imagine you're public and international because I'm Mexican. Yeah, man. Thank you. Fred VanVleet gets the basketball off the inbound. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Siakam at the top of the key. He'll find VanVleet. VanVleet with one more pass to Patel, and he still can't make the layup as he had a whole lot of daylight and got right in front of Embiid. But Embiid does grab the rebound, and Embiid loses the ball on the other end. It gets stripped by Patel. Siakam taking it to the lane. One more pass to Anunoby for a near corner three, and it's now 20-18. Oh my goodness, the Toronto Raptors are on a 9-0 run. Maxey on the other end. Can he try to end it? Tucker, three-pointer from the far corner. Oh, he thought he had it, but it went in and out. Tucker 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Siakam will find Scotty Barnes. Jakob Patel comes in for a screen. Barnes to VanVleet for 3. And that is wide left. Embiid grabs the rebound. Embiid acting as the point center here. George Niang does come into the ball game. Forgot to mention that. As James Harden is on the bench. Joel Embiid hands it off to Maxey. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey working around the three-point line. Now we'll find Embiid. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid takes it to the lane, and he goes up with a shot, and he's fouled. So it's been a very quick first quarter. Not a whole lot of foul calls. And Embiid is still on the ground, laying flat on his back. So Anunoby commits the foul. He stumbled and tripped over Anunoby's right foot. But his, actually, if you look at it on the replay, his left foot, Anunoby's left foot, was stomped on by Embiid's right foot, and he landed a little bit awkwardly. 4 seconds were left on the, or 3.5 seconds, I should say, were left on the shot clock. So Embiid does get up, and he seems to be okay. 4:21 left to go in the first quarter. And the first foul shot by Joel. It hits the back of the rim and goes out. He's 2 for 3 from the line tonight. Jalen McDaniels will sub in for the Sixers. And he will come in for P.J. Tucker. And I believe Precious Achiuwa will be coming in as well, but don't mark my word just yet, as we will double check. It's Chris Boucher that comes in for Anunoby. And Embiid's second foul shot is nothing but net. And the Sixers finally put an end to this Raptors run. VanVleet with the basketball. He has had a pretty good career, and on the season, he's been averaging about 19.5 points per game. Voucher for 3 over McDaniels. It didn't even hit the rim, but Barnes comes up with a rebound. That's no good. And Patel follows up himself. And now it's a 1-point ball game. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Embiid takes it to the lane, goes up with it, and a foul. They're going to call it charge on Joel Embiid. VanVleet had his feet set. And guess what? Doc Rivers might want to challenge this as he is irate. He is not happy with the call whatsoever. And to be completely honest with you, I don't even know how that was even considered to be an offensive foul. Thank you. I appreciate it, dude. I really appreciate you coming on here and tuning in. Doc Rivers is still not so happy. He has some words with the ref, and Embiid's going to take a seat as Paul Reed comes into the ballgame, and Precious Achiuwa will sub in for Jakob Patel. I mean, if you just look at it again, oh, wait, okay, so then I saw that Embiid did elbow Patel, and that is probably why they're calling it an offensive foul. So that was a pretty good call. Siakam for 3 on the other end, but a foul is called on George Niang. They just panned over to the shot of Pascal Siakam going up with a 3, and I was like, what the heck? So it was a foul on the floor by George Niang. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Sixers lead 21-20. They were up by a lot, and now a technical foul is called against Doc Rivers. So VanVleet will go to the line for another one. And the first free throw, he puts it up, and that's good. Barnes gets the basketball off the inbound pass, and he goes up with a jumper, and that's good over George Niang. And a timeout is called by Doc Rivers and the 76ers. It's been a 13-3 run by Toronto, and they'll be back in just a few moments. I'll see you, man. Thank you so much for stopping by on here. I seriously appreciate it, dude. What's going on, guys? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I give you this content for free, and feel free to show me some love, man. Mad love and mad respect for all of you guys that have been coming on here and that have been supporting the channel for over the last 4 months. It's been quite a grind. What's going on, man? How you doing? We got a game here. You know, the Sixers they started off strong, man, and what happened? Explain what happened to me. I don't know, man. They took their foot off the gas pedal. But that's basketball for you. It's a game of runs. You know what I'm saying? Oh. 3:26 left to go in the first quarter. Who's going to win the quarter? You think that the Sixers will actually win the first quarter? Let me know down below in the comments section. Are they going to win the first quarter or not? Because I don't know. I forgot basketball was going on. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, we still have, how many games do we have left? We still have, 5 games left or something like that. 50, 26. So here's how I remember it. 73-9 when the Golden State Warriors were 73-9. So that's 82 games, right? So we're at 76 games. So we have 73-9. So we have 6 games left. 6 games left. Okay. Yeah, we got 6 games left. And they're not so easy for the Sixers. You know, they play against Milwaukee on Sunday, and I'm going to be doing that game. I will not be doing the Phillies game on Sunday. I will be doing that tomorrow, though, because the Phillies play at 7 o'clock on Sunday against Texas, and the Sixers play at 8 o'clock, and the Sixers are obviously the more important team right now. But obviously I'm going to be doing as many Phillies games as I can, so, you know, we have 163 games. I don't even think I'm going to be doing all of them, but I am going to try to really do most of them, for sure. But we'll be back on tomorrow. Oh, my goodness. All right, so 3:14 left to go in the first quarter. Raptors are 38 on the season, and the Sixers are 50-26. How about a 27-11 record at home for the 76ers? That's one of the best in the NBA. So George Niang hits the basketball, and Jalen McDaniels throws the ball out of bounds. So that's a turnover by McDaniels. We have Shake Milton that also comes into the ball game, right? Did he just come in? Yeah, he did. How come they didn't say that in the substitution? All right, Fred VanVleet with the basketball on the near corner, takes it into the lane. A nice pass from behind the back all the way to the far corner for a 3, and that's no good by Precious Achiuwa. Raptors have the lead. They're up by 1. Niang on the other end takes it right inside the foul line, and he goes up with a baby hook, and it's good. And the Sixers are on the seesaw. VanVleet takes it and puts it up, and Reed comes away with a block. VanVleet is still down, and it's 5-on-4 basketball for the Sixers. Maxey to McDaniels. McDaniels outside to Niang for 3. In and out it goes. Reed gets the offensive rebound. He'll find Milton. Milton all the way back outside to Maxey. Maxey spinning, giving it back to McDaniels on the far corner. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. McDaniels' three-pointers, nothing but net. He gets it to go. Jalen McDaniels putting up a triple. And the Sixers are up by 2 possessions. Scotty Barnes on the other end. Passes it all the way back outside to VanVleet. VanVleet inside the corner. Now kicks it all the way out to Siakam. Siakam inside to Scotty Barnes, and that's good. Scotty Barnes finishing in traffic with a right hand on the right side of the lane. Again, the Raptors are going from left to right, and the Sixers are going from right to left. 93 seconds left here in the first quarter. Maxey off the dribble, stops on a dime. He's on the near wing. He has to pivot, and he will, and he'll finally find Reed. Reed hands it back off to Maxey. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey lets it fly, and he makes it from the top of the key. Oh, my goodness. Tyrese Maxey putting on a show. 29-24 Philadelphia, and the second unit has been really good. Here's Barnes again. He gets fouled by Niang as he took it right to the rack. 1:05 left to go in the first quarter. Reed doing a good job of just handing it off to Tyrese Maxey, and he shot it right as it was contested by Fred VanVleet from about 28 feet or so, and he nailed the three-pointer. So Scotty Barnes, who's averaging about 15.5 points per game, goes to the charity stripe, and the first foul shot is up, and that's good. Barnes has played in 71 games this season. He started in 70 of them, and he's shooting 78% from the foul line. Only averages about 3.5 free throws per game. Second foul shot is good. It's now 29-26. 1:03 left to go in the first quarter. Raptors have made 2 out of 4 free throws. The Sixers have made 3 out of 4. Reed volleyballs it all the way out to Shake Milton. And now he'll hand it off to Maxey. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Maxey pulls up with a runner, and it's good. That was about 3 feet in front of the basket, and he got it to go. Precious Achiuwa on the other end hands it back off to Scotty Barnes. Barnes standing at the logo for the Raptors. The Sixers logo, that is. Barnes with a nice pass inside, and a reverse dunk is delivered once again by Precious Achiuwa. Had to make sure that I had that right. 31-28. It was actually Chris Boucher, not Precious Achiuwa. Niang tries to give it up to McDaniels on the other end, and it goes out of bounds. Do I play any EA games on the Xbox? I do not. I actually have a PS5, and I haven't even played on the PS5 in a little bit. Milton will inbound it for the Sixers on the near baseline. Milton has to try to find somebody, and he'll kick it out to Niang. Niang catch and shoot three. It gets blocked by Barnes. Barnes with an alley-oop pass that gets thrown down by Boucher. Oh, my goodness. What a play. 31-30. 6.5 seconds left. Shot clock unplugged. Maxey on the near wing. And he gets fouled with 3.7 seconds left in the first quarter. So George Niang got the ball blocked by Scotty Barnes. Barnes with a nice alley-oop pass. That was good. So Maxey does get the inbound here. He puts up a three. That's up, and it's no good. It was way too short, and that'll do it here in the first quarter, but the Sixers do lead by 1. It's 31-30. Can the Sixers try to keep it up? That remains to be seen. They'll be back for the second quarter in just a few moments. You usually play Madden on the Xbox? I love Madden. I haven't played Madden on the PS5 though in a while, and to be honest with you, like I gotta get the new one. I don't even have 2020. Yeah, I gotta get the 2023 one. The 23 one's out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you play Madden 23. Yeah. How's it different? From the older ones, like storylines, like all that sort of stuff. In your opinion? Again, in case you're new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. If you enjoy my 76ers call so far, if you're like, yo, like this dude is really freaking good, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure if you're watching me on Facebook Live or on Twitch or on Twitter that you give me some love, love and support. So I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. Okay. Oh man. Sip of water time. I had to laugh at my phone because I have a friend, and I thought I saw her today, but it wasn't her, and it honestly looked just like her. Has that ever happened to you guys, where you think that where you're out and about somewhere and you think that you see somebody, but it's not them? One time, when I was really young, I was in 5th or 6th grade. I was at a show at my middle school, and I was watching the performance, and during the intermission, I thought I saw one of my neighbor's sons, and I actually went up to him. I'm he's talking to people, he has his back towards me, the afro, he had some really nice hair, and so I go over to him and I'm like, yo, Jason, is that you? And then he turns around and he's like, no, that's not me. I was like, dang. They actually live in the front of my development. I know the substitute teacher. She used to be a substitute teacher. She was really awesome. But yeah, man, it was so embarrassing. 31-30. The second quarter has just started. Sixers have the ball first. Reed gets the ball from James Harden. He takes it to the lane, and he tried to go up with the right hand, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. So the foul was called on Pascal Siakam. I know, that's a crazy story. So Reed will head on over to the foul line. Paul Reed this season, Well, he's been shooting 72% from the foul line. He's also averaging about 3.5 points per game and 3.5 rebounds. He's actually averaging more points than rebounds, which I don't even remember. I didn't remember that. Reed's first foul shot. It's nothing but net. And the second one is good as well. 33-30. Sixers up by 3. Just about 20 minutes or so have gone underway here in the second quarter. It's James Harden, Paul Reed, Shake Milton, Jalen McDaniels, and Daniel House Jr. for the Sixers. And Harden tips it and snipes it away, but it gets stolen back by Boucher. Boucher to Barnes. Barnes kept it in bounds somehow in the near corner. Inside the Achua, it gets blocked by Paul Reed. Harden off to the races. Inside to Daniel House Jr., and the Sixers have scored once again in the fast break. And now that extends their lead by 5. Pascal Siakam taking on McDaniels, and McDaniels gets called for the personal foul. James Harden having some words with Jalen McDaniels. Nothing mean or anything like that. It was just trying to, recognize like why he fouled him and why that occurred. But James Harden's been playing really well so far for the 76ers. On the day, he has 2 points. Well, he only has 2 points, but he's been dishing out the rock really well. And he also has a couple of rebounds. Oh, wait, this is not up to date. I always forget that I have to update this. It's 35-32. Harden at the top of the key. Harden with a nice pass to Reed, and once again, James Harden gets another assist. So that is assist number 4 for James Harden. Boucher back to Pascal Siakam. Spicy P, as they call him. Outside to Anunoby for 3. It's off the mark. Achua with an offensive rebound. Paul Reed could not box him out. Siakam taking on James Harden on the low block. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. And Pascal Siakam goes up with it. It was almost blocked by McDaniels, but he just got past him. 37-34. Less than 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Harden at the top of the key. His defender's Achua. Now he switches things up and gets the matchup he wants on Scotty Barnes. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Harden with a pass to Milton. House Jr. now takes it inside to Paul Reed. Reed to McDaniels, and McDaniels' floater is good. Great movement of the basketball by the 76ers. McDaniels saying that similar minds think alike. That was what he was signaling. Siakam on the other end. Kicks it all the way out to Achua for his second three-pointer, and it's nowhere near the rim. An offensive rebound, though, by Anunoby. My goodness, there were about 4 Sixers there to try to grab the rebound, and nobody could get a hold of it. And Pascal Siakam makes them pay with a turnaround jumper. 39-36. 6 second chance points for the Raptors. Harden at the logo for the Sixers. Taking it inside, goes up with a contact, and almost loses the basketball. A nice bounce pass to House Jr. One more to Reed. It's up and good. Count the bucket and a foul. Oh my goodness, and the Sixers bench is loving what Paul Reed has been doing in this game so far. How about the ball movement by the Sixers? A great play by James Harden. He almost lost his dribble. They didn't call a foul on the play. He comes back up with it, and Paul Reed, with one more nice dish by Daniel House Jr., got it to go. And Reed converts on the three-point opportunity, and it's now 42-36. Sixers lead by 2 possessions. So Reed with 7 points and 2 rebounds so far. Boucher did get called for the shooting foul, forgot to say that. And on the other end, Boucher going up for a layup. It gets blocked by Milton, but he gets called for the shooting foul. He hit him right on the left hand. It was a reverse layup he was going up with, Boucher. And Milton tried to swat it away, but made some contact with the hand. So it's now, Boucher will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. The first one is up, and it's money. 42-37. Jakob Patel comes in for Precious Achua. Now let's take a look at this replay again. I mean, Boucher almost stepped out of bounds, and Milton, I guess maybe just got a little piece of it. Boucher's right or left heel, no, it was his right heel, was almost just on the red mark. And he makes the second foul shot. 8:33 left to go in the second quarter. McDaniels on the far wing. On to the other wing to Milton for three. From wing to wing, from coast to coast, and the Sixers capitalize. Shake Milton knocks down the tray. Raptors shooting 1 for 8 from downtown, and the Sixers are 5 for 9. They lead by 7. Siakam going up against Paul Reed, and he almost got the friendly bounce, and finally the Sixers grab a rebound. It's Milton. Back to James Harden at the top of the key. He puts up a three and knocks down the tray again. And the Sixers lead by double digits. Timeout called by Nick Nurse. James Harden telling the crowd to come to life here, and they are. 7:58 left to go in the second quarter, and the Sixers will be back in just a few moments. Oh, my goodness. That's a cool run. 17-8 by the Sixers. A 17-8 run. Nice. I like it. All right. Man, what's my favorite NFL? Okay, so first of all, before I answer that question, if you guys are new to my channel, okay, if you enjoyed my play-by-play commentary so far, my name is Jason Joseph, right? I'm from South Jersey. I've been calling games for a little bit of time. I've been doing this channel for about 4 months, and I've started calling games for the channel for Sixers, for Phillies, and for Patriots. So there you go. There's your answer to my favorite team. So when it comes to like the big four sports, okay, I'm a Flyers guy, even though I haven't called any hockey games this season because they've been really tough to watch, and it's honestly like not so easy to call the Sixers and the Flyers at the same time because a lot of their games like interfere with each other. But then so Flyers are my hockey team, right? For baseball, it's the Phillies. For basketball, it's the Sixers. But for the NFL, I don't hate the Eagles, okay? I'm not an Eagles hater. But I really like the Patriots. I just do. I really do. And I wasn't even a big Tom Brady fan. And I don't even believe that Tom Brady is the GOAT. I think that the greatest of all time is Joe Montana, if we're talking about quarterback. You know? I think that, like, when you say the GOAT in football, like, because there's so many positions, it's just so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, in basketball, it's easier because everything, for the most part, nowadays especially, is positionless. But for football, like, you got a running back, like, you got people that play the corner, you know, you have people as linemen and as linebackers, like, they need some love too. Like, okay, do the stats, like, are they eye-popping as the quarterback? No, but, like, those people are really important, and I've always, like, and people can disagree with me on here. I want to hear what your thoughts are down below, but I've always thought that, you know, if you're just saying that, you know, quarterback players the GOAT, and, like, no disrespect to the quarterback, because I understand that the quarterback has to make a lot of the decisions, but people that are a part of the offensive line and the defensive line, they play a really big role too, so, like, why not them? That's how I think, but let me know what your thoughts are down below. I'd love to have this discussion with you guys in between breaks. But, yeah, so, in essence, it's Patriots, Phillies, Sixers, Flyers. Not in that order, but all right. 48-38. Sixers lead by double digits, and Jakob Patel has something to say about that as the floater is up, and that's good. Soccer Union. Even though I haven't really been following a whole lot of Union games, to be honest with you. Milton goes up with a runner. That's a little bit short. Reed comes up with another offensive rebound. How about Paul Reed being very active on the glass? 3 offensive rebounds for the Sixers. He hands it off to Harden. 4.5 seconds left on the shot clock. Harden with a no-look pass to Reed. Reed back to Harden. Floater is up, and that's good. Great awareness by James Harden. It was a great play set up by him as well, the mastermind genius. Scotty Barnes with the basketball at the top of the key, taking on Paul Reed. He takes it inside the foul line, and now we'll hand it off to Gary Trent Jr. There's a three-pointer that goes up, and it's just a little bit off the mark by OG Anunoby. Paul Reed comes up with a rebound. James Harden with a pick-and-roll play, and Reed finishes it with the right hand again. 52-40, and the Sixers lead by a dozen. 6:35 left to go in the second quarter. And the Euro step is up, and that's good. And connecting that time is OG Anunoby. He gets that one to go. It's 52-42. And Anunoby now has 7 points on the day. He's shooting 3 for 7 from the field. Harden directing the traffic. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. He'll hand it off to Milton, who's on the near corner. Out on the far corner for a three-pointer that's up by Daniel House Jr., and he strikes it. Gets that one to go. It's 55-42. The Sixers are shooting 3 for 3 from downtown in this quarter alone. Anunoby off, stopping on a dime. Gets the ball intercepted by Paul Reed. Was also tipped out by James Harden. House Jr. finishes with the right hand, and he's fouled. The Sixers going on a 26-12 run to start off the second quarter. And the passing has been incredible, and the ball movement has been unbelievable. Reed with a great play. Harden ended up stripping the basketball, but Reed came up with a steal. Milton on the outlet had only one more pass, and he just handed it off to Daniel House Jr. like he was a running back or something. And House Jr. finished it with a two-point layup. And House Jr.'s foul shot is up, and that's good. So he has scored the last 6 points by Philadelphia, and they lead 58-42. Barnes back to Jakob Patel. He hands it off to Van Vliet. Patel takes it to the lane, goes up with a Euro step, and has ended the Sixers' run. Harden on the other end. Nice pass to Daniel House Jr., but it got intercepted. But they're going to say, because it touched the red line, it was actually technically out of bounds. So they have to rule it as out of bounds, and they don't even play on from that. Nick Nurse on the sideline. The coach for the Toronto Raptors. Had himself a really good career. He's an NBA champion. Fred VanVleet, a step-back jumper, and that's good. It was from the foul line extended. 5 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And Joel Embiid comes back out there for the Sixers. Embiid standing at the Toyota sign. Takes it to the top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Less than 5 minutes to go. Harden at the foul line now. He steps back. He pulls up and fires the trigger and connects. 60-46. James Harden having himself a great day so far. 9 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Van Vliet passes it to Barnes. Barnes inside the lane to Patel, and a blocking foul is called on Daniel House Jr. Embiid missing his defensive assignment. House Jr. sacrificed his body, but he was obviously still in motion, and Embiid tried to get back there in time. And actually, if House Jr. would have gotten out of the way, Embiid would have blocked it cleanly, which is kind of funny. But it also just goes to show how versatile of a defender Joel Embiid really is. 4:25 left to go in the second quarter. Patel going back to the foul line. And he puts up the first one, then he makes it. Fred VanVleet in, and Gary Trent Jr. also back in for the Toronto Raptors. Embiid comes up with a rebound off of the second miss by Jakob Patel. He's 2 for 4 from the line tonight. Harden with the ball on the far wing. Sixers going from right to left. Raptors going from left to right. Embiid takes it to the lane, goes up with the left hand, and he's fouled. Oh my goodness. He took it all the way to the cup, and Patel fouled him on the right hand. And he went tumbling all the way to the ground. That's unbelievable. How a big man can do the things that he's been able to do. It is just absolutely incredible. And don't let the behind-the-back bounce pass by James Harden go unnoticed either. Didn't even give that some due diligence. 9 points for Embiid, 4 boards. He's 3 for 4 from the field, and he makes it 10 points on the day so far. 63-47. 4:08 left to go in the second quarter. Anunoby hands it off to Van Vliet. Van Vliet gets a screen from Patel. He kicks it out to Spicy P for 3. And DeAnthony Melton is there for the rebound. James Harden off to the races. Goes up with the Euro step, and that's good. He puts it up with a floater, and the Sixers lead by 18. 11 from Harden, 10 from Embiid. And they lead by 18 points. And Pascal Siakam loses the basketball as he tried to cut to the rim. And it will now be 76ers ball. So the Sixers doing a good job at controlling the tempo here. They have outscored the Raptors 34-17 here in the second quarter. Harden gives it up to Embiid. Embiid on the pump fake, takes it right to the lane and goes down with a one-handed sledgehammer. 67-47, and the crowd is super loud at the Wells Fargo Center. Everybody's on their feet. And a timeout is called by the Raptors. 3:18 left to go in the second quarter, and the Sixers have been pouring it on and have been putting everything on display tonight so far. Oh my goodness, I need some water. Again, in case you're new to my channel, this is Play by Play with JJ. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you do enjoy my 76ers commentary, where I give you all the exciting action of 76ers basketball and call the games and give you this content for free. So that way you know what's going on in the Sixers games. And that way you can stay up to date with everything. So I appreciate all the love and the support that you guys have given me. I know I say that all the time, but I really mean that. You know, I've always been like the type of person to always try to count my blessings in life, because I have had some really awesome resources and have had some really awesome people that have been there for me even during really tough times. You know, when the struggle was real and when grind was really tough. I'm not just talking about YouTube. I'm just talking about life, you know. Yeah, man. It's not so easy. Life is never supposed to be easy, but yeah. We always try to battle through things, and even when adversity hits us, you know what we do? We don't quit. We fight. We're like Joel Embiid, because you know what we try to do? We try to attack the rim, and we try to attack defenders in different ways. Okay? We might have to shoot the 3 ball. We might have to make foul shots. We might have to be aggressive, like when we're in the dunker spot. We might have to work on our passing a little bit more. There's always ways that we can improve upon ourselves in life. And that's the one thing I love about basketball, is that it's a team sport that a lot of people can play, and there's not really a lot of equipment involved with it. But, you know, I think that is what makes sports, not just basketball, but I think that that's what makes it really powerful, is that there's so many lessons that you can learn from it. That's why I love doing this. I'm telling a story. So that was pretty deep. I didn't realize it was going to go that deep. Oh, man. 67-47. The Sixers are up by 20 points with 3:18 left to go in the second quarter. All righty. So Sixers will get the Raptors will get the ball back. A 28-11 scoring run by the Sixers. Siakam on the near wing. He takes it to the top of the key, hands it off to Patel. Patel will give it back to Fred Van Vliet. Van Vliet's floater is up, and that's good. Wow. What a nice pass by James Harden, though, on the outlet pass to DeAnthony Melton, and he goes down with a one-handed jam. I mean, my goodness. P.J. Tucker and James Harden recognizing the lack of defense by the Raptors. And they make them pay. Van Vliet to Siakam for 3. Now nothing but net for Pascal Siakam. Siakam, coming into today, has been absolutely dominant this season, averaging 24 points per game, also 7.5 rebounds and 6 assists as well. Maxey with a bounce pass to Embiid. Embiid taking it to the cup, goes up with a floater, and it's good. He took about a couple of steps backwards, and he still ended up making the jumper. It's 71-52, and Embiid gets called for a technical foul. He looked over at the ref and had some words, and the ref gave him a tech. So that's his first one. I guess he was looking for a foul call for sure, and Van Vliet's foul shot is good. That makes it now an 18-point ball game. So it's 71-53. Joel Embiid with 14 points, 4 rebounds, and he's also +4 from the field. How about James Harden, though? 11 points, 7 assists, 3 boards, 1 steal. It's been incredible tonight. Van Vliet taking on Tyrese Maxey. He'll find Barnes. Barnes will hand it back off to Van Vliet. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Van Vliet on the far corner. Pump fakes, puts up a 3, and that's up, and it's wide right. Patel, though, grabs the offensive rebound. The Raptors have been out-rebounding the Sixers, and they still lead by 18. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Van Vliet's 3 goes in and out. Melton comes up with a rebound and utilizes his athleticism to grab the board. Harden, step back, firing the 3. Yes! James Harden putting the Sixers up by 21 points with 1:23 left to go in the second quarter. That was a missile that he just fired. Barnes, 2-pointer, too strong. Maxey with the rebound. Harden on the near wing. He's had the hot hand and has also been dishing the rock out really, really well. 1:02 left to go in the second quarter. Harden at the logo. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Harden wants to step back on Fred Van Vliet, trying to make some space. He wants to dance. He puts up another 3. Yes! Oh my goodness, James Harden from outer space. 77-53, and the Sixers are up by 24 points. 17 points by Harden. 15 of them have come in this second quarter. Barnes taking on DeAnthony Melton. Takes it in the lane, kicks it out to Van Vliet for 3. It's short and airballed. Anunoby, though, with the rebound. And that's up, and that's good. OG Anunoby getting that one to fall. And the Sixers, they still lead by 22 points. 5 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Harden at the logo. The double team does not come just yet. He's still standing at the logo. Embiid comes up with the screen. Harden decides to use it, and now Achua is taking on Harden. Harden to Embiid. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid with a step-back 3 himself. Oh, man, he almost got it to go. Siakam with the rebound. And here's Van Vliet with the alley-oop pass to Scotty Barnes, and he throws it down with 0.3 seconds left on the game clock. And the inbound is up, and that's going to do it for the Sixers. So they lead by 20 points. They're up 77-57 as we go into halftime. How about 46 points they've scored and exploded for here in the second quarter? They outscored the Raptors 46-27. The 3-ball has certainly been a really big factor as to why that has occurred. And I got to tell you, James Harden and Joel Embiid combining to score 31 of the Sixers' 77 points here in the first half. They've been putting it all on display, and you got to love it. Paul Reed with 9 points, 4 rebounds in this game as well. He's been plus 15 off the bench. The spark really did start when the second unit came out there, and honestly, you got to give Doc Rivers credit for that, because as much as he gets criticized for what he doesn't do, you know, he did a really good job at actually putting the second unit out there at the right time, and that's what really started this big run. So, all right, we're going to take a quick step off. We'll be back for the second half. Don't go anywhere. If you're new to my channel, this is Play-by-Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. I'll be back in just a few moments, and we'll be back for some second half action. Go Sixers. Let's go. Ready. What's going on, guys? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Hopefully, you're all having yourselves a great night. Got some Sixers basketballs. They lead by 20 as they go into the third quarter. So, the Toronto Raptors, the Sixers' opponent that they are facing tonight, the Raptors are currently, when you look at the Eastern Conference standings, okay, so they're on a 3-game winning streak, and they are currently in 9th place, which would be a play-in tournament spot. So if they were to play in the play-in tournament, which would be, if the season were to end today, they would have to play the Chicago Bulls in the play-in tournament. So if we take a look at some of the scores around the league, also ahead of them, you have to recognize that too. They are actually currently tied with the Atlanta Hawks for the 8th seed. So, if they were to take that spot, because the only reason why they don't have it is because they didn't win the tiebreaker. So they would play the Miami Heat. So when you take a look at the scores around the league, well, the Chicago Bulls are winning by 14 points, and the Atlanta Hawks are up by 6. So the Bulls game is in halftime. Excuse me. They're up 62-46. And the Hawks are up 45-39 against the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn with 7 minutes left in the second quarter. So the Raptors are trying to hold on to that play-in tournament spot, and they could certainly use some help from both the Atlanta Hawks and the Chicago Bulls. I'm Jason Joseph once again, in case you're just tuning into my channel. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to also hit the notification bell icon too, so that way you know when I either go live, like what I'm doing right now for Sixers games. I also do Phillies games as well, and have done Patriots games, and will do Patriots games like once the NFL season starts. Hi, am I a Sixers fan? I am a Sixers fan. I love the Sixers. I've been calling a lot of their games throughout this entire season. So, okay. The one thing that I have really liked about the Sixers' play in that second quarter is that they just showed off their entire firepower, and they just looked so lethal out there that Toronto can't even stop them. And when you take a look at what's been going on in the Eastern Conference lately, the Sixers are still trying to fight to get that 2 seed. So they are currently 2.5 games behind Boston for that. And obviously, they're really 3.5, though, because when you look at the standings, the tiebreaker would go to Boston, because Boston, they've won all three of their games against the Sixers this season. So even if when the Sixers do play them, they play them one more time this season, they won't even get the tiebreaker, but it still is important for them to try to win that game. If the season were to end today, the Sixers would actually host and play the Brooklyn Nets, who are the 6th seed right now, which I didn't even think about. What else do we got going on? So just to let you guys know what we're doing tomorrow, or what we're doing throughout the rest of the weekend. So we got Phillies tomorrow. They play at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be back on there for that game as they face the Texas Rangers in Game 2 of this 3-game series to start off the season. And then we also have a game on Sunday. That'll be the Sixers game. We will not be doing the Phillies game on Sunday night. Phillies play at 7 o'clock, and the Sixers play at 8 o'clock against Milwaukee. So we're not missing that game. Oh, boy. All right, let me take a couple sips of water. Then we'll be back in action. Ooh. I gotta tell you, Kate Scott is a really great broadcaster. I actually really like her as a person. And I understand that Mark Zumoff, it's no one's gonna replace Zumoff, but I honestly really like Kate Scott. I think she's done a really good job. And Nala, I think Nala's an alright, color commentator. I think he does some really good things, and it seems that their chemistry has gotten a lot better. So, I don't know. I think that they're a pretty good duo. Yes. So, Sixers, let's take a look at some more stats as we go into quarter number 3. So, the Sixers are shooting 77% from the field, while the Raptors are shooting 53% from the field. And the three-point shooting has been incredible for the Sixers. They have held the Raptors to only 14% from beyond the arc, and the Sixers themselves have been shooting 64% from downtown. They're 9 for 14. And I said before that the Raptors, I thought, were out rebounding the Sixers, and actually, it's been the Sixers' way. The Sixers got a lot of rebounds at the end. So maybe at the time, maybe I'm giving myself a little bit of maybe I had to cut myself some slack, because I bet you at the time that the Sixers were getting out-rebounded. But they're not getting out-rebounded now. They're winning that department. They've scored 42 of their 77 points in the paint as well. So now we're back out here for the third quarter. Both teams getting back up. Scotty Barnes leading the way for Toronto with 14 points. Jakob Patel with 12. Siakam with 11. Anunoby with 7. And Van Fleet with 5. So the Raptors are currently in the 9th spot, trying to stay alive for a play-in tournament, as they are in the play-in tournament, but knocking on the door, Washington Wizards, and right behind them, the Chicago Bulls. So these games are pretty crucial for them down the stretch. Both starting 5 units are out there. So no lineup changes as we start things off here in the second half. So Tobias Harris not in the starting lineup tonight for the Sixers. That is one thing to note. Harden gets the ball stolen away from Anunoby. And Anunoby gets, or Scotty Barnes, I should say, not Anunoby, gets fouled. Ooh. So Harden gets called for the reach-in foul. And we have an away from the play foul, or a defensive 3-second violation on the Sixers. And the foul shot is up, and that's good. It makes it now a 77-58 ball game. It was a transition foul committed by James Harden. Barnes will go to so Barnes makes the foul shot. And the Raptors do get the ball back. Why are we yawning on here? Van Vliet with the basketball. He'll hand it off to Siakam on the far wing. The Raptors are going from right to left. Sixers are going from left to right. Siakam to Van Vliet on the near corner. And here's Anunoby for three. It's good. 77-61. And it's been a 4-0 run by Toronto within the first 40 seconds. Harden trying to find Maxey. And Maxey will get the pass on the near wing. Screen comes by Embiid. Harden to Embiid. To Maxey. One more to Melton for three. It's off the mark. It was a little short from the near corner by DeAnthony Melton. Barnes taking on James Harden now. And he gets the ball loose, and it goes out of bounds. He tried to pass it after the ball was loose, and he got the ball back, but there was nobody there to get to the basketball. 77-61, and the Sixers, they were up by 24 points. They're only up by 16 now. Good run by Toronto to start things off. Harden with a swing to P.J. Tucker, and it goes in and out for a corner three. Tucker made his first 2 threes to start things off in the first quarter, which certainly set the tone, and Pascal Siakam's three is just a little bit short. Embiid had the rebound. It was stolen away by Anunoby. Siakam goes up with it, and Embiid gets the block. Embiid still grabbing that right shoulder. He was coming up, and God, he didn't even hit the bottom of the rim, but he still was massaging that. I'm telling you that. You got to be on the lookout for that. Nice pass by Patel inside, and then Embiid blocks it again, but a travel is called on Anunoby. So the Sixers will get the ball back. All right, let's close that. Ooh, Harden bounces it to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey doesn't even get past half court just yet. Tyrese Maxey now he does, and on the season, Maxey has been averaging about 20 points per game. Harden on the near corner. A behind-the-back bounce pass to Embiid. Embiid draws the triple team. He finds Harden for a wide-open three, and it was airballed on the near corner. Harden had all day and night to shoot it, then he airballed it. Runner by Patel. Too strong. Offensive rebound by Patel. He'll kick it out to Van Vliet at the top of the key. A screen comes by Siakam. Inside to Barnes. Barnes with a step back. Yes. So the Raptors have been firing on all cylinders. And they've gotten things to go. 77-63. The Sixers are still up, though, by 14. They were up by 24 points. Tucker to Maxey. Back to Melton. Melton tried to find Embiid, and it was stolen away by Barnes. And Barnes is going to solo it with a 360 dunk. And it's now 77-65, 9:15 left to go in the third quarter. Doc Rivers not so happy with how his team has come out to start off the third quarter. And he wants time. All righty. What's better, South Park or Family Guy? I'm a Family Guy type of a guy. I haven't watched Family Guy in a little bit, though, but I love Family Guy. I think that Seth MacFarlane's really funny. But what say you? That's a question for you all. South Park or Family Guy? Let us know down below in the comments section. If you like Family Guy, subscribe to my channel. If you like South Park, you can still subscribe to my channel. They're both really good. Yeah, I like Family Guy better. I mean, like, I know that, I don't know why, but I like older South Park. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing against South Park. I do think that South Park can be really funny. Ugh. Oh, my goodness. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a very quick step off. I will be right back in just 1 minute. There we go. All right, we're back on right now. So what's going on, guys? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Sorry, I just had to take a quick step off and just stretch for a little bit because I really needed that. I don't know why I didn't do that during halftime, but I didn't do it. So the Sixers, they were up by 24 points, and now the Raptors have gone on a 12-0 scoring run, and they will try to add this on as Anunoby almost tried to go up with a layup. It was stolen away. James Harden on the inbound pass. It got stolen by Anunoby. And Embiid gets called for a shooting foul. Or Melton, that is, gets called for the shooting foul. Not Embiid, but the cameras were on Joel. So the foul shot, the first one goes up. It bounces around the rim 5 times, and Anunoby gets it to go. So the Sixers were up by 24 points, and now they're only up by 11. Oh, my gosh. My favorite South Park character, and who's my favorite Family Guy character? I have to get back to you on that one. Harden will inbound it. He finds D'Anthony Melton now. And he will pass it to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey with the bounce pass to Harden. Harden back to Maxey at the top of the key. Maxey with a couple of jab steps. Takes it in the lane. Kicks it out to Embiid for a corner three. Sorry about that. And it's no good. Van Vliet on the near wing. Being guarded by D'Anthony Melton. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. 8:25 left to go in the third quarter. Sixers cannot take their foot off the gas pedal. And they almost got a steal. Anunoby spinning, fading, and knocking down the jumper. And just like that, within the blink of an eye, the Sixers are only up by 8 points. A 10-0 run. The Sixers still haven't even scored yet. Harden goes up with it, and a foul is called. What are they going to call? A blocking foul? They will. So James Harden, it's a shooting foul. That's on OG Anunoby. And Harden will go to the foul line to shoot 2 free throws. James Harden had a really good second quarter where he only scored 2 points in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, he scored the rest of his points. But now he will go to the line for 2 free throws. The first one, he puts it up, and it goes in. So Harden had 15 points in that second quarter. Now is 18. And the second foul shot by Harden is up, and he knocks it down as well. 79-69. Sixers back up by double figures. But it's been a 12-2 run by Toronto so far in this third quarter. Melton almost got the ball deflected and stolen away, but Fred VanVleet comes back up with it. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. VanVleet with a bounce pass to Patel. Patel's runner is no good, but a foul is called against the Sixers. It'll be on James Harden. So VanVleet doing a good job on the pick and roll. And the Sixers, well, James Harden committed a foul there. Now VanVleet gets the inbound pass. VanVleet's floater is no good. Barnes with the offensive rebound. VanVleet again for 3. Yes! My goodness, the Sixers have been not boxing out as they should be. And that has certainly come back to bite them as they're only up by 7 now. 79-72. Harden on the near wing. His defender, Barnes. Tucker comes in for a screen. Good screen set by him. Maxey on the far wing now with a runner. It's good. Nobody was on Tyrese Maxey. Sixers lead by 9. 81-72. VanVleet gets the ball stolen away. Was tipped out by Tucker and stolen away by Harden. Harden to Maxey. Maxey lets it fly and catches in from the far wing. And a foul. 84-72. Jakob Patel gets called for the shooting foul, and Maxey will go to the line for a 4-point play. So Maxey making a good move and letting it fly, as it was all started by PJ Tucker's defense. Tucker came up with the strip, and Harden stole the ball and just knew where Maxey was. And Maxey, in the transition, was just there at the right time. Maxi's like one of the best players out in transition. 13 points for Tyrese Maxey, 2 assists, and he's 2 for 3 from downtown. Sixers lead by 13 points, 85-72. Siakam kicks it back out to Anunoby. Anunoby with a behind-the-back bounce pass to Siakam. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Siakam spinning and trying to hit it over Embiid. And once again, Scotty Barnes comes up with an offensive rebound. Van Vliet tries to keep the ball in bounds, though, and Pascal Siakam throws it away. So the Sixers, they do lead by 13, 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. They just caught a break there. Another offensive rebound by Toronto, but the Sixers finally get the ball. Maxey on the far wing for 3. That time it was a little bit short, and Patel was there to grab the board. Siakam working around Anthony Melton. Bounce pass to Patel. Patel's runner is up, and he connects. 5:54 left to go in the third quarter. Siakam with 11 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. Melton tried to find Embiid, but it was kicked out of bounds by Siakam. So Scotty Barnes also forgot to mention that he has 19 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals, and a block. He has made put his footprints all over this game. Tucker gets the inbound. He'll find James Harden. And Harden gets fouled by OG Anunoby. 5 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third quarter. So Maxey will inbound it now for the Sixers. George Niang comes back in, and PJ Tucker will take a seat. Niang, known for his three-point shooting. They call him the minivan. Harden at the logo as he gets the inbound. Barnes tried to strip it away. Embiid tries to come up with the screen. He finds Niang. That's James Harden. Niang with one more to Melton for 3. In and out it goes. Embiid volleyballs it all the way to himself to grab the rebound. Double team comes. Patel got the ball tipped, and as it was passed out to D'Anthony Melton, it was stolen away by Van Vliet. The runner is up. That's no good, and Pascal Siakam gets fouled by D'Anthony Melton. 5 minutes and 16 seconds left in the third quarter, and it will be in the act of shooting. So it's 85-74. Siakam will head on over to the foul line to shoot 2 free throws. Pascal Siakam will head on over to the line, and the first foul shot is up, and he makes it. He's shooting 77% from the line this season. Jalen McDaniels will also come in as well. Pascal Siakam and Joel Embiid, both from Cameroon, Africa. Siakam played basketball at New Mexico State. And the second foul shot by Pascal is no good, and Embiid is there to grab his miss. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Embiid hands it off to D'Anthony Melton. Melton on the near wing, trying to go inside the lane. And Maxey to Niang for 3. It's off the mark. Niang tried to pull up from the near wing as the Sixers are going from left to right now. And another foul is called against George Niang. And that'll put the Raptors in the bonus with about 4.5 minutes left to go. Whew, man. Sixers have been laying an egg here in this third quarter. After they certainly outscored Toronto, it's been a totally different tale of 2 quarters between the second and the third quarter. Have you ever played like only sports in school? I honestly never really did sports professionally. I did theater though, but I did help out with sports. With 85-77 now, as both foul shots were made, and Maxey gets called for, or George Niang gets called for an offensive foul. Wow. It was an illegal screen set by George Niang. And another turnover by Philadelphia. 4:43 left to go in the third quarter. Sixers have been dominating throughout this entire game, but in the third quarter, it's been another different story. McDaniels playing good defense, and Niang strips it away. Embiid to Melton. Melton goes up with it, and it almost got tipped by Patel, but Melton got it to go. 87-77. Van Vliet with the basketball. He's standing at the logo, taking on Tyrese Maxey. He goes into the lane, and he can't finish it. Van Vliet's been pretty cold in this ball game. Embiid to Maxey on the near wing, standing over at the Toyota sign. Maxey goes up, takes it inside, Niang's three. No, Melton on the putback, and he can't get that one to go either. He had too much mustard on it. Van Vliet on the near elbow now. As I mentioned, he's been ice cold in this game. He'll find Pascal Siakam. Van Vliet back outside for a three that goes up, and it's nothing but net by the Toronto Raptors, as making it was Chris Boucher. 87-80 timeout called by Philadelphia with 3:39 left to go in the third quarter. Van Vliet only has 8 points today. Ugh, man, why is this game so crazy? It's like you think that because they're up by 24 points that it's going to be so easy, and then all of a sudden, like, it was, how would they just make like all these adjustments like at halftime? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Ugh. You play football and you're planning to be in marching band. I'm going to 4th grade this year. That's cool. It's cool, man. And I can't read the full thing. Let me close this real quick. Let's see the full message. Full screen. And planning to be in the marching band. I'm going to 4th grade this year, and we're just about to be on spring break. That's cool. That's cool, man. That's awesome. What instrument do you play? If you don't mind me asking. I have to ask that. Let me know. There we go. That is really cool. I have no clue what I want to play yet. Makes sense. I mean, is there like a certain instrument though that you really like compared to other instruments, if that makes sense? Like, do you like the drums? Like anything on the drum line? Do you like clarinet? Any of the string instruments? All right, 87-80. With 3:26 left to go in the third quarter, I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you do enjoy my 76ers play-by-play calls, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell icon too, so that way you know when I upload. Oh, that's cool. The drums are the flute. That's cool. A 27-10 run by Toronto. The Sixers have to try to capitalize. Maxey will hand it off to Embiid, and Embiid with a jab step, and he puts it up, and that's good. 89-80. Raptors are in the bonus with 3:15 left to go in the third quarter. Sixers cannot foul here. Patel at the foul line, hands it back off to Siakam. Siakam to Van Vliet. Van Vliet inside, gets the ball loose and stolen away by Maxey. Jalen McDaniels stuck his hand in the cookie jar, and Melton comes up with a layup. 91-80. Great defense by the Sixers, and DeAnthony Melton is now in double figures himself. Sixers lead by 11. Patel inside to Achua, and the ball almost got stolen away. Boucher with the Euro step. No. McDaniels comes up with a rebound. Then he corrals the basketball. DeAnthony Melton on the near wing. Passes it to Maxey. Maxey almost got it taken away by McDaniels as he was right next to him. Maxey with the runner. It's up, and he does not get fouled. The whistles do remain silent. Van Vliet, though, with the runner, and he gets fouled by Jalen McDaniels. 91-80. Great defense, though, by Jalen before that possession. Just trying to block the pass, if you will. Trying to steal the pass and just deflect it out of the way. And Tyrese Maxey came up with the basketball. And Melton had an easy two. First foul shot by Fred VanVleet. It is up, and that goes in. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Melton will take a seat. And we have a couple more substitutions. Christian Koloko comes in for Jakob Patel. And Scotty Barnes steps in for OG Anunoby. And the second foul shot is good. So it's now 91-82 with 2:10 left to go in the third quarter. Raptors still in the bonus. Sixers only up by 9. They were up by as many as 24 points. Maxey to Niang for 3. Yes! George Niang from the far corner. And the Sixers now lead by a dozen. Great play by Tyrese Maxey to give it up to Niang, who knocked down the tray. Siakam on the near wing, taking on Embiid. Barnes now with 2 jab steps. His defender, Maxey. Maxey tries to reach in, and he played good defense as Embiid comes up with a rebound off the miss by Scotty Barnes. And a turnover is called on Joel Embiid as he traveled. A careless mistake by Joel Embiid. Oh, they're going to call a backcourt violation. That's what it was. It was not a travel. My mistake. He passed it out to Maxey, and Maxey was just behind the half-court mark. And Embiid did not watch that. Scotty Barnes putting it up and in over George Niang. And the Raptors are not going away yet. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Maxey will hand it off to Embiid. Embiid inside the three-point mark. He takes it inside over Barnes, and that's up, and he gets fouled by Boucher. He got the wind taken out of him. And Koloko made some contact down low as well. So Joel will head on over to the line to shoot a couple more foul shots. 58.2 seconds left in the third quarter. Christian Koloko, the center, who's 22 years old. He's 7 feet tall. Listed at 230 pounds. Played at Arizona. And it's 94-84. So we have an argument going on between Nick Nurse and some of the refs as they're reviewing to see if Koloko committed a flagrant foul. And Nick Nurse is not happy, and he's trying to plead his case here. So they're looking to see if it was indeed a flagrant. And if it is it a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2? He did make contact with Embiid's face. So because of that, they're trying to review to see if it was even a flagrant foul. And if that is the case, if it's a flagrant 1 or a 2, Embiid will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws, and the Sixers will get the ball back. So it's an official review. It's not a challenge or anything. The ref's still looking things over. They have the headsets on, and they're talking to Everyone in Secaucus, New Jersey. I don't know. It's a little bit hard for me to tell. Also, Embiid elbowed Scotty Barnes. Is that what they're actually looking at? Ay. Have you ever played blocking? If yes, do you want to play? Nah, I've never done that. I've never done that, man. Never have done that. So Embiid got fouled. They're still looking things over. It's going to take a little bit of some more angles for them to review this. And it's funny because Doc Rivers gets a free timeout from this, and so does Nick Nurse. So, block it. I spelled it wrong. No, I've never heard of that. What is it? Let me know. Again, in case you're just tuning in my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully, you're all having yourselves a great night so far. The Sixers have been getting outscored 27-17 here in the third quarter, and the officials are officials are trying to review to see whether or not Embiid committed an offensive foul on Scotty Barnes. Am I really stumbling on these things? That's crazy. On Scotty Barnes, or if there was a foul and if there was no foul on the play. Koloko did commit a foul, but did Embiid commit an offensive foul on Scotty Barnes? So they took the headset off. The call is being confirmed that there's a technical foul issued on Christian Koloko. So Embiid will go over to the line to shoot a free throw. Koloko not happy with the call. So that is what they were reviewing. Is that really like what it all took? Is that what it all was, really? Makes no sense. All right. They have all these little games that you can play. Huh. I've never heard of that played. Never heard of that. Interesting. Joel will head on over to the line to shoot a free throw. I need to take a break after this. And Embiid's first foul shot is up, and that's good. 96-84, and the Sixers do lead by 12 points. Embiid has 18 points, 8 rebounds, and he's 6 for 9 from the field. And the second foul shot, he puts it up and gets that one to go. 97-84, Sixers do lead by 13. 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Siakam working around George Niang. And Siakam goes up with a jumper. It's a little short, and Embiid is there for the miss. So Joel will hand it off to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey to Jalen McDaniels on the far wing. He puts up a runner and gets it to go. Sixers now lead by 15 points. There's about 5 seconds separating the shot clock from the game clock. Van Vliet hands it off to Scotty Barnes. Barnes inside to Boucher, and he puts it up, and it gets blocked by Embiid, but they're going to call goaltending as it hit the backboard. 18.4 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's see here. Yep, that was goaltending. 13 seconds left. Maxey gets the ball at the half-court logo. 7 seconds now left on the clock. Shot clock is unplugged. Embiid goes up inside, goes up with the contact. Whistles do remain silent. And Van Vliet's three is up, and that's no good. And that'll do it here in the third quarter. So the Sixers, they were up by as many as 24 24 points. They now lead it by 13 going into quarter number 4. And I'll be right back in just a few moments. I'm going to take a very quick step off. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. What's up, Mitch? How we doing, man? What's going on, man? I appreciate you coming on here, dude. 99-86. The Sixers lead by 13 points as we just get things started in the fourth quarter. Van Vliet inside. Hands it back off to Anunoby for 3 on the near corner, and that's good. So it's now back to a 10-point game. The Sixers were up by as many as 24 points. And now they only lead by 10. Harden at the top of the logo with a bounce pass to George Niang. And Harden gets called for a turnover. Be a turnover, another one on the Sixers. That has certainly been their Achilles heel tonight, especially so far here in the second half. So the Raptors are going to try to look to make them pay. In case you guys are new to my channel, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ, where we cover 76ers basketball, Phillies baseball, and Patriots football as well. So if you're new to my channel, if you do enjoy my content, be sure you like, be sure you subscribe. And Anunoby with a step-back jumper, that's good. 99-91. Also, make sure that you subscribe to Mitch Kofsky's podcast as well. Mitch Kofsky's the man. He's one of my boys, and he's been putting in so much great work on here. Milton kicks it out to House Jr. House Jr. with a pump fake and a step-back 3. No. He does grab the offensive rebound, though, but then it gets intercepted by Anunoby. Barnes kicks it out to Van Vliet. Van Vliet for 3. And a foul is called against Shake Milton. It's 99-91. 10 minutes and 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Barnes will inbound it from the near sideline. And the Sixers have to try to play defense here. Van Vliet takes it in the lane, goes up with it, and it's an alley-oop pass that gets thrown down by Chris Boucher, and it's now a 2-possession game. The Raptors have clawed their way back into this one. Harden at the logo, taking on a couple of defenders. Reed goes up with it. That's no good, but he grabs his own offensive rebound. House Jr. for 3, in and out it goes again. And the Raptors can make it a 1-possession lead now for the Sixers. Van Vliet taking his time, gets over to the logo. Reed now taking on Van Vliet. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. And Jalen McDaniels goes up with a block as Barnes tried to take it to the rim. Harden on the other end. Pick and roll offense. A nice play as Milton got to the basketball underneath the basket. House Jr. with a kick out to Harden on the far corner. Harden, 2 jab steps and a step back 3. No. He tried to lean in to get the contact, and Paul Reed again fighting for a long offensive rebound. McDaniels with the 2. No. And Reed colliding with Boucher. Van Vliet on the other end. McDaniels swats it, and he comes out of nowhere. Fred Van Vliet thought he had an easy bucket, and Jalen McDaniels said no. He just came out there in midair. He was kind of like LeBron James when he blocked Andre Iguodala. Maybe not the same sort of sequence, but it was pretty similar. Van Vliet goes up with a triple and knocks it in off the inbound pass. And the Sixers are now only up by 1 possession. A 10-0 run by Toronto. Sixers have to try to get some breathing room here. Harden with the pick and roll, takes it right to the rim and goes up with the left hand, and it's good. 101-96, and the Sixers now lead by 5. So that was definitely much needed. Van Vliet at the top of the key. Raptors in their red numbered uniforms, or the black and red uniforms, I should say. And the Sixers are in their red and white uniforms. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Scotty Barnes pulls up over Reed for 3. No. And D'Anthony Melton's there for the rebound. He hands it off to House Jr. House Jr. with one more to Reed. And Reed, he couldn't make the layup, and then he grabbed his own rebound, and he went up with it, and he gets fouled as well. So he'll go to the line to shoot one more free throw and try to make it a 3-point play. I think that Paul Reed, the first time, he mistimed it because he was underneath the basket on the left side of the lane. And that's why it hit the bottom of the rim. And he grabbed his own miss. And he took a reverse layup and got fouled on it. It's now 102-96. Ten points for Paul Reed, 6 rebounds and 1 block as well. And the second foul shot is good. The Sixers now lead by 7. Paul Reed from DePaul, known as B-Ball Paul. Siakam on Daniel House Jr. A pass that goes to Siakam, and Siakam finishes with the contact, but the whistles do remain silent. 7:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Remember how I said that the Sixers were scoring a lot of points in the paint? Well, the Raptors have now scored 48 points in the paint. Harden taking on Van Vliet. Nice pass to Reed. Reed tries to go up with it. No, but while he was in air, he tapped it out with his left hand. And an offensive foul is called. Are they gonna call basket interference? Yeah, they call it basket interference. Yeah, that's weird. I've never seen anything like it though. While he was literally at the rim, he did that. 7:35 left in the fourth quarter, and now Joel comes back into the ball game. So Doc Rivers putting Joel Embiid back in with 7:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Siakam to Van Vliet. Boucher sets a screen. Van Vliet with the alley-oop pass to Boucher. No. And a foul is called. It will be on the Sixers. So the Sixers commit a foul, and it's now 103-98 with 7 minutes and 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So there still is plenty of basketball left to be played. Sixers, as I mentioned, were up by as many as 24 points. Van Vliet will inbound it from the far sideline. The foul was called on Embiid, as I mentioned. Boucher with a layup, no. And Embiid will tip it out to Daniel House Jr. for the rebound. House Jr. waits to let everybody get set up here. Harden and Embiid get past half court. Harden at the logo. His defender is Siakam. A nice pass to Melton on the far corner. Less than 7 minutes to go. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Harden inside to Tucker. Tucker was underneath the basket. Kicks it out to Melton. 1.5 seconds on the shot clock. And Melton's three is no good. House Jr. tried to go up with a rebound. It was last touched, though, by Daniel House Jr. And House Jr.'s left shoe fell off. So House Jr. tried to come up with a rebound, and I actually thought that Siakam committed a loose ball foul. And they did not call that because he made some contact right behind Daniel House Jr. And Boucher touched it, or did not touch it last, so a timeout is called by the Sixers. And they'll be back in just a few moments. Yeah, man. So 6:46 is left to go here in the fourth quarter. What's going on, guys? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all having yourselves a great Friday night. I forgot that tonight was Friday night. If you guys doing anything tonight? Anything special? Let me know down below in the comments section. I'm just watching the Sixers game and just calling it, which is a lot of fun. I'm not mad about that or anything. It's always a good time to call Sixers games. So Raptors are on a 12-4 run to start things off in the fourth quarter. Video games. Oh, your friends are calling you constantly. Oh, man. Dude, I appreciate you staying on here. It means a lot. You said that you're in fourth grade, so what was I gonna ask? Do you play piano? That was my question. If you play piano. Oof. How many people are on the YouTube? Nope, you don't play piano? Have you thought about playing piano? Oh, we got 10 people on here. Nice. I was just curious. I've always wondered, why sometimes this thing echoes, but it's not echoing. So, that's kind of funny. For at least a day. Oh, man. Oh, you don't like piano? I love the piano. It's interesting. 103-98. Sixers lead by 5 with 6 minutes and 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They were up by as many as 24 points, and it's now come down to the wire, as basketball always does so for the Sixers. Seems like every single game that just happens. Scotty Barnes has been one of the main reasons why the Toronto Raptors have fought all the way back in this ball game, as he has 21 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds and 4 steals. Embiid to Harden. Harden was on the near corner. He kicks it out to Melton, and Melton couldn't even get a handle of it as Harden threw it away. And another turnover that was costly by the Sixers. Van Vliet with a handoff to Patel, and it gets blocked by Embiid. Embiid tried to block the alley-oop pass, and he did. He did. for sure. Harden with the basketball at the 76ers logo. The alley-oop pass was supposed to go to Fred VanVleet. Harden at the top of the key will hand it off to Embiid. Embiid inside to Melton. Melton to Harden. Harden to Tucker. Tucker back to Harden. 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Harden three-pointer. It's wide right. And Patel comes up with a board. Less than 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. VanVleet from way downtown. It's good. 103 to 101. And it's back to a one-possession ball game. Sixers were up by as many as 24, and now the deficit is 2 for Toronto. Embiid to Harden. Harden with a bounce pass to Embiid. Embiid at the foul line. Extended. He goes up with a shot and somehow gets it to go. Joel Embiid with 18 points in this game, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. And a block as well. Siakam with a foul line jumper. No good, but a travel was called against the Raptors. Nick Nurse is livid on the sideline. So VanVleet gets called for the offensive foul on P.J. Tucker, and that was the call. So let's see if the Sixers can capitalize on this turnover. 5 minutes and 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Harden with a lob pass inside to Embiid. Embiid being double-teamed. Takes a jab step and a foul line jumper off the dribble. No, Tucker is there for the offensive rebound. Tucker kicks it out to Melton. Melton will find Harden. Great offensive rebound by P.J. Tucker. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey all the way to Tucker. 2.5 seconds left to go. Tucker goes up with it. It gets blocked by Pascal Siakam. And a shot clock violation is called. On the 76ers, great defense by the Raptors. And a timeout is called with 4 minutes and 39 seconds left. I'm trying to see who called the timeout, and they're not specifying. It's the Toronto Raptors. They called a timeout. So was that like before the whistle was made? That's weird. They called a that's like the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. So yeah, man. My name is Jason Joseph. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to do all that jazz. I give you this content for free. Always appreciate the love and the support that you guys have given me. We've been doing this for 4 months, and I've been going at it really strong. So, yeah, we got Phillies tomorrow. That'll be at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It'll actually be at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be calling that game. And then on Sunday night, we will be doing Sixers-Bucks. I was telling people 2 days ago that, the one thing that's like really tricky about basketball, like when you're calling it and when it's live, sometimes because your mind thinks faster than your words, like you think like before you speak and all that sort of stuff. It's really hard, like when you're talking so fast and a timeout comes, to just slow down your words, because your mouth and your tongue and your mind are so used to just the fast-paced talking that you have to kind of slow yourself down. And figure out how to pace yourself. And so that's something that I still struggle with. What's up, LT? How we doing tonight, man? I'm happy you came on here, man. Appreciate the support. There's Jim Lynam. There's Coach. There's Mark Jackson. There's Amy Fadul. Amy Fadul, like, wears, like, the best dresses. Like, she is... honestly, like, she's such a great anchor. And I really like I really like that they have her on for a pregame, halftime show, and postgame, because she does a really great job, like, with her content and all that. All right, Sixers, they only lead by 4. They're up by 24 points in the second quarter. going into halftime. And now Anunoby gets the basketball. He'll hand it off to Siakam. 4.5 minutes left to go in the fourth. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Van Vliet with 7 seconds left in the shot clock. Takes it to the foul line, gets some space, and he gets called for the offensive foul. Maxey was pushed all the way to the ground, and Van Vliet just tried to separate himself and get some space. And he pushed him so hard that, honestly, Maxey, he tumbled. 4:18 left to go, and another turnover by Toronto. The Raptors are trying to fight for a play-in tournament, and the Sixers are trying to fight for a 2 seed. Harden at the top of the key, dancing all over Barnes. Kicks it out to Tucker for 3. Yes! P.J. Tucker with a corner 3 from the far corner. That's his first 3 that he's made since the first quarter. Maxey almost sniped it away from Fred VanVleet in the backcourt, and now D'Anthony Melton comes up with a steal. Melton to Maxey. Maxey dribbling around the timeline. He finds Embiid. Embiid being guarded by Patel. Embiid will kick it out to Harden at the Toyota sign now. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Sixers up by 7. Harden at the top of the key, takes it to the foul line, now goes around, goes to the left side, and finishes with the underhanded scoop with the left hand. 110-101, and another timeout is called by Nick Nurse. With 3:32 left in the fourth quarter. Harden just doing a good job at initiating the offense, and he's been scoring at a very good rate for the Sixers. Ooh. Okay. I think I'm going to take one more break really quickly as we're in a timeout. Really, really quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, here we are. Alright, we're back. Okay. 3 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. I'm Jason Joseph. It's actually 3:23 left. Sorry about that. Anunoby on the near side. Now it's Harrison Barnes. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. So the Raptors had a timeout that they called. And with 3.5 seconds left, P.J. Tucker gets called for the personal foul. So it's 110-101 for the Sixers. They lead by 9. Barnes will inbound it. 14 seconds left on the shot clock, and now 3:11 is left in the fourth quarter. The Sixers lead by 9. Van Vliet with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Siakam at the foul line, taking on P.J. Tucker, steps back, gets a little bit of space, and the shot is just a little bit short, and Tucker comes up with a rebound. He hands it off to James Harden. Harden in no particular hurry here for the Sixers. 2 minutes and 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And a foul is called on P.J. Tucker again. Wow. Another Sixers turnover. They've been playing some careless basketball like down the stretch. An illegal screen set by P.J. Tucker. 2:43 left now in the fourth. Van Vliet on the near wing, taking on D'Anthony Melton. Barnes kicks it back out to Van Vliet. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Van Vliet lets it fly, and it's wide right. An offensive rebound by Barnes. Barnes gets the ball blocked by Joel Embiid, and it goes out of bounds. And the Sixers fans showing their enthusiasm on Joel Embiid. And D'Anthony Melton as well. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. A three goes up by Anunoby. No, and Embiid jumps up for the rebound. 2:18 left to go. The Sixers just want to try to milk the clock down as much as possible because time has been on their side. 2:08 now. Harden on the near wing. Bounce pass to Embiid. Embiid with the pump fake. He goes up with it, and he gets fouled with 2:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. Anunoby does get called for the shooting foul, and Joel will head back over to the foul line for 2 more free throws. Embiid has been he's been a little bit quiet, for his numbers tonight, but he still has been putting his footprints all over the game, especially down the stretch. Embiid with the first foul shot. He puts it up, and it's good. 111 to 101. Oh, the Mavs won? What's up, man? Wow, the Mavs won? Wow. 22 points and 10 rebounds for Joel. 2:01 left in the fourth quarter, and the second foul shot by Embiid is nothing but net again. Sixers lead by 11. They were up by as many as 24 points, but the Raptors haven't scored within the last 4 minutes. Van Vliet going to the rim. A bounce pass to Patel. Patel goes up with it, and it gets blocked by Embiid again. But they're going to call a goaltend. It looked like maybe for a second that it did hit the bottom of the rim. I don't know. In real time, though, it was really tough to tell. But Harden will inbound it, and he finds DeAnthony Melton. Less than 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers only lead by 9 now, as the Raptors cut it back to single digits. Maxey runs a screen, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it was last touched by the Raptors. So 94 seconds left in the fourth quarter. I believe that Scotty Barnes got a piece of it, and Maxey will inbound it from the far sideline. Sixers going from left to right, and Raptors going from right to left. Melton gets the inbound. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. He's standing at the logo. A bounce pass to Embiid. Embiid gets double-teamed. 2.5 seconds left on the shot clock. That goes up, and that's no good. And it hit the rim somehow, some way, but they're going to say that it didn't. Oh, my gosh. I thought that it hit the rim. They call a shot clock violation on the Sixers. And Embiid is shrugging over at the ref. Great defense by the Raptors, but I thought that as soon as Embiid came up with it, he got it. Raptors still alive. Siakam with a jumper. Too strong, and Embiid is there for the rebound. And that should do it if the Sixers just play clean basketball and have a good couple of possessions now. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey finds Harden on the near wing. Harden takes it in the lane, kicks it out to Tucker. Tucker for the three. It's off the mark. And Barnes comes up with a long rebound. Barnes going on against DeAnthony Melton, and he goes up with a 2. He makes it, and he's fouled. Oh, my goodness. How about that? He took it inside the lane. Scotty Barnes has been coming up large down the stretch for the Raptors. They're not going away just yet. Barnes, can he capitalize on the three-point play? No. And Embiid comes up with a rebound. Man, they certainly needed that. But the Sixers come up with a big-time rebound. Maxey gets fouled by Barnes with 37 seconds left, and now we will be playing the foul game. Both teams do have 2 timeouts left, and I believe that the Raptors had a foul to give. 4 fouls delivered by both teams here in the fourth quarter. 37.1 seconds left on the game clock, and the Sixers lead by 7. Melton will inbound it now. Melton has to try to find somebody. He finds Embiid. And what are they going to whistle? A timeout called? Yep, a timeout was called by Doc Rivers. Okay. Sixers will be back in just a couple of seconds. How was the Dallas game, man? So you said it was a good game. What was the score of that? Let me, yeah, you tell me what the score was to that and what happened, because I'm curious. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm going to say this one more time. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Don't forget to follow me in the profile section. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on here. It's been a lot of fun calling Sixers games, and we're going to be doing a lot of Phillies games now too. We've been doing some Patriots stuff, and we've been going at it pretty strong over the last 4 months. I had a long day today. I've been helping out my neighbor. She's moving on Wednesday. I've been doing a lot of work for her, and I've been trying to do good things. Helping her out and being just a good neighbor. So, Sixers timeout is over. Harden will inbound it from the far sideline. And Harden finds D'Anthony Melton, and Melton now gets fouled. About 2.1 seconds were taken off of the game clock, and now the Sixers are in the bonus. The foul goes against Pascal Siakam, and now Melton will head on over to the line. In case you're wondering, D'Anthony Melton this season is shooting 81% from the foul line, and the first one goes up, and he cashes it in. So it's 113 to 105. 35 seconds left on the game clock. And the second foul shot by Melton is good as well. So now Toronto will call a timeout. They still have one more left. 35.3 seconds left. And they'll be right back in just a few moments. Oof. Come on. Why does this team just never make it easy for us? They just don't, man. It's always something. Always something with this team. But I love them. Can't say that I don't. Oh, man. And we got 12 likes on here. That's sick. That's on the YouTube side. Set the Facebook side. Just curious. I had 8 followers tonight on Facebook. Man, that's cool. All right. So the timeout is over. Van Vliet gets the inbound. A three-pointer goes up by Achua. That's up, and that's no good. And then an offensive rebound by Barnes again. He goes up with it, and he got elbowed in the face, but they don't call a foul there. 114 to 107. Harden gets trapped. He'll bounce pass it to D'Anthony Melton. And I don't know why Siakam didn't foul James Harden, but they took about 5 seconds left off the game clock, and now Melton will head back over to the line to shoot 2 more free throws. Wow. And in case you're a Raptors fan, just want to check really quickly on the other scores real quick. So Melton will head back over to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Sixers. The first one, he puts it up, and he gets the friendly bounce. So that one is up and good. Still trying to wait for this to load. And the second one by Melton is no good. 115 to 107. Siakam gets the rebound. Here's Barnes taking on Embiid. Barnes with a bounce pass to Van Vliet. Van Vliet puts up a prayer, and that's no good. And Maxey gets called for a foul. A shooting foul by Tyrese Maxey with 10.5 seconds left on the game clock. Oh, my goodness. It looked like he had all ball there. I don't know about that one. Oh, my gosh. And just like that, Van Vliet will go to the line for not 1, not 2, but 3 free throws. And the first one is up, and that's good. So it makes it a 115 to 108 ball game. There's still 10.5 seconds left on the game clock. Second foul shot by Van Vliet. Yes. It's 115-109 now. And he gets the ball for the third foul shot. Van Vliet with the third one. He puts it up, and it's good as well. 115-110. Embiid playing keep away with James Harden. And now they foul Joel Embiid. My gosh, I was wondering why the Raptors just weren't fouling right away. They took 4 seconds off the game clock. That is unbelievable. Siakam gets called for the foul. And it wasn't even like that the Sixers were even trying to, run with the basketball. Harden was even just standing there for about 2 seconds. And there was no foul. Embiid's first foul shot as he goes to the line. That's good. Still is a 2-possession game, but this one could seal it. And should seal it. 24 points for Embiid. He goes to the line for his 25th. And that's up, and it's good. So the Sixers now lead by 3 possessions. Van Vliet gets the inbound, and he'll give it up to Barnes. 2 seconds left, and that's going to do it for the Sixers as they win by a final score of 117-110. They hang on and win this game. They were up by 24 points going into halftime, and they win by 7. And Nick Nurse heads right over into the locker room. I don't even know if he shook hands with Doc Rivers. That is interesting for sure. Melton had himself a really good second half for the Sixers, and the Sixers end up hanging on, and they win this ball game 117-110 against the Raptors. And in case you are a Toronto fan, well, the Atlanta Hawks are losing 107-88 in the fourth quarter. And the other score that obviously you have to kind of keep your eye on is the Bulls game, and the Bulls ended up winning by 30, 121-91. So the Raptors do lose this game, but the Hawks are losing, and the Bulls are still trying to take them over for the play-in spot. So Raptors are now 1 game under 500. They're 30-39 on the season, and the Sixers are now 51-26. They will be back at it on Sunday night in Milwaukee against the Bucks. I'm Jason Joseph. We're going to sign off for right now. But once again, before we do that, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on here. You guys are the best. It was a game at the end, and the Sixers, they hung on and they won, and they ended up just taking care of business at the end, and that was really nice. So we'll be back at it tomorrow afternoon for the Phillies game. That is Phillies Sixers. For the Phillies game as they take on the Texas Rangers at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to tune in then to that game, I will be on the call for that, and that's going to wrap things up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. You all are the best, and I will catch you all on the next one.